Better. All right, that's good. Okay, so what was the topic? You mentioned free public transportation, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so have you read this article?
Yeah, I've read it.
Okay, so what can you tell me about the article?
Mm, uh, because of air pollution problem,
Mm-hmm.
the German government decided to provide
Mm-hmm.
a free public transport,
Mm-hmm.
and but it can cause another problem because many people would use free public transport. So
Yes.
during the rush hour,
Right. Right.
yeah, there are a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would be crowded with the people. So it can, yeah, how can I say, overload
All
the,
right. You can just say crowded.
yeah, crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that's the problem. And also, if it's free, then the transport services have to get some money from the government, and
Mm-hmm.
government also uh, get more tax from people.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it
I
also
believe it
mentioned it.
was.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was around 12 billion, right?
Yeah, right, 12 billion euros.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's a good thing that you mentioned the good thing and the bad thing about it. But in your opinion, as a whole, do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea?
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea
Mm-hmm.
because if they offer people free public transport,
Mm-hmm.
even they don't need to use the public
Mm-hmm.
transportation, they might use it. So
Right.
in my country, for the elderly, uh, uh, public transportation
Mm-hmm.
is free.
Really?
So yeah, so I mean, if they are over 65
Mm-hmm.
years old, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, public transportations like a subway or buses, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, free. Yeah, those things are free. So mm, I think they just I mean, during rush hour, uh,
Right.
seats are limited, but the elderly, uh, I mean, most elderly people take their seats,
Mm-hmm.
and but they don't pay, yeah, pay any
They,
money. So I
they
think
don't have to pay.
yeah, they don't have to pay. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's unfair. Uh, and there are rich people, even they are over 65 years old. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean they are poor. So
Right.
even though there are people who have more money than me, but they don't need to pay any money. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just to want our government to change that policy, and they also get some money from the elderly. But
Mm.
I think yeah, maybe the government also wants it, but they can't because there are a lot of elderly people would be against it.
Mm, I see. I see. So, I mean, why do you think that elderly people should pay? I mean, I understand that some of them may be richer, but probably not all of them, right? Do you think all of them should pay or just those who can pay?
Hmm. I think if they use something, then they have to
Mm-hmm.
pay for that service.
All
I
right,
think
right.
age is not that important.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the reason they are old, they can
Right.
have a free meals or free public transportation. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
can understand why we have to, yeah, pay for the elderly. Yeah,
I, how about just giving them a discount?
yeah, discounts. Yeah, it's
I
okay,
think
but
discount is okay, right? But free is not.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But if they are poor, I
Right?
think yeah, it's acceptable.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, just the reason they are old or they
Mhm.
are young,
Yeah.
I don't want them to give any discount or free service.
Right. I mean, that makes sense actually. That actually makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay. I can hear you. I can hear you. Mhm.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else you want to say more about the topic?
Mm, you can ask me many
Uh,
questions.
okay. So, you've also already mentioned about transportation in your country. Now, do you think? No, okay, let me rephrase that. You've also mentioned that it sometimes get crowded in your country during rush hour, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think the government can solve this by making more trains or subways?
Yeah. We already I mean, the government already offer
Mhm.
more uh, subways and
Mhm.
buses during the rush hour. But most
Right.
people, yeah, go to work
Mhm.
during the rush hour. So yeah, money is limited, so they can buy a lot of subways or buses. So
Mhm.
I think yeah, people have to uh, accept this situation, and
Right.
then yeah, in any countries during
Mhm.
the rush hour, yeah, there are a lot of people in the public transportation.
Mhm.
So I don't think yeah the government have to yeah, provide more public
Mm.
transportation.
Now, I just want to know. Describe to me how what the rush hour is like there.
Pardon?
Can you describe to me what
Oh,
the rush hour?
no, so what kind of things do you want me to describe?
I mean, how crowded is it? I mean, share to me your
Okay.
experience.
Ah, actually, I usually go to work by
Mhm.
car, so
Oh, good, good.
I didn't experience,
Mhm.
yeah, the rush hour that much. But I
Mhm.
heard, there are several major, transfer what is it,
Yes.
stations,
Mhm.
and if people want to get on the subway, then they
Mhm.
have to wait for 10 minutes. There are really
10 minutes.
long lines.
Right.
So and people can't move
Right.
sometimes because there are a lot of people, and um, so I can go to the direction which I
Mhm.
want to. So yeah.
Mm. So when you were saying that they can't move, are they like packed like sardines, or I mean, they're like like that? Just how?
But actually they have to uh,
Mhm.
get to their work,
Right.
so women can't move because they don't
Mm.
have any uh, power or I mean strength. But
Mhm.
guys who have strong power, they just push against the people, and then
Uh-huh.
use their, how can I say, power or
Strength.
yeah, strength, and then
Mhm.
yeah, they just try to make their way.
I mean, I don't think that sounds fair, right? What do you think about that?
About what?
When the guys use their strength, I mean, it's not fair, right? I mean, there should be like a proper line that should be followed.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people
Mhm.
yeah, so I think there is no way if they just don't move, then they can't go anywhere.
Right.
So yeah, we have to make use of what we have, so they have
Right.
their
Right.
strength.
Right.
Then yeah, if I also have strength, then I might use it, and then yeah, just to push against people, and then yeah, make my own way to escape from that hell.
Right. So it's good that you have your own car, right?
Yeah,
Do
and
you ever get stuck in
mhm.
traffic jams
My company is located in the, how can I say, uh, it's
near?
not my company is not located
Mhm.
in the downtown, so yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay.
So
It
you're able to avoid the traffic.
Yeah, the
All
traffic
right, that's
jam.
good. That's good.
Mhm.
But okay, let's go back to free public transportation. How would you react if, for example, your country implemented free public transportation? Would you protest?
Yeah,
Mm,
I I don't want to agree with that
yeah.
idea, but
Mhm.
because nowadays I don't use any public transportation,
Right, right,
it means my money would go for people who use yeah, public transportation. So,
right.
but yeah, if there are some people who are against
Mhm.
it, then I might join them, but
Right.
I will not show my um, how can I say, objection
Mhm.
about that idea strongly.
Mhm. Right. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I don't want my taxes to go. I mean, I don't want my taxes to be wasted. I mean, if I had the chance, I'd rather just spend it on my family. That would be better.
Mm-hmm. Don't you use the public transportation?
Well, you know what? This is really. You might not believe this, but my house is literally a 5 minute walk from the company.
So you mean mint?
Yes, it's a five
Uh-huh.
minute walk for me.
Wow, you really want to work at mint.
All right, yeah. I'm just lucky that I live near.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I mean, what about you? I mean, let's talk about you again.
Uh-huh.
What else can you tell me about free public transportation? I mean, you've already mentioned about trains. What about buses? Do you guys have buses?
Yeah, we have buses, but I don't
Mhm.
use a bus nowadays.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't live in Seoul. When I live in Seoul,
Mhm.
I used subways or buses on weekends. But
Mhm.
now I live in uh, another city, and
Mhm.
it's not that crowded,
True.
so yeah, I can use my own car to go, yeah, somewhere. And if I use a bus or, yeah, a
Mhm.
public transportation, it takes a longer time, much longer time, so I don't
Right.
want to use it.
I see. I see. Now, can you tell me? Now we've now mostly we've talked about the disadvantage of free public transportation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try talking about the advantages of free public transportation. What do you think are the advantages?
Mm-hmm. um yeah, uh, this
Mhm.
article mentioned, it can reduce the air pollution.
Right.
And yeah, people don't, maybe some people now, I mean, people who use their own car uh,
Mhm.
will not use their car anymore, because yeah, the public transportation is free, so it
Right.
means we can save our energy. I mean,
Mhm.
gas, or yeah, or what is that? Oh,
You can
oil.
save gas money.
Yeah, gas money. Okay, we can
Mhm.
save. Yeah, gas money.
Mhm.
And I think maybe all people don't pay the same tax. So rich people might pay more tax.
Mhm.
So it means I mean, rich people's tax would use uh, for a free public transport service. So it means I can use free public transport with rich people's tax.
With rich people's money.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good. Okay. Now, since we've talked about pollution, I mean, do you think that having too many cars on the street really affects the environment? I mean, or is this
Yeah, maybe it can affect the air quality, yeah, air pollution. But
right?
the more important thing is, I think, the air is polluted from factories.
Right, right, right,
Manufacturers don't have their own systems to
right,
make the air clean, so
right.
how can I say, emit. They emit
They
uh,
emit mhm,
dirty air. How can I say?
dirty air. You can simply say polluted air. That's okay too.
What air?
Polluted.
Polluted
Yes,
air. Okay.
yes. Mhm. Um, I think we are running out of time, Elia. But before we say our goodbyes, is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to add to the topic?
Now I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Okay, Elia. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I have to say goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.